All right. Today I'm going to share with you something that is rather off topic. Okay, something strange. And members in my group, my WhatsApp community, they are aware of this. Okay. Long story short, there was this particular member whom it's my mistake, who I mistakenly assumed was 52 years old, because when I asked people how old are you and all that, he was not one of the verified members, but he claimed he was 52 years old. I said fine, and I was talking to him like an adult. He used to give advice on business, politics, economy, career life, and he used to always exchange views and all that. So things were going normal until I guess I started to see that he was adding value added content, and I offered him the opportunity to join almost all my other groups, which only verified profiles can join. But I did tell him that, verify your profile so I can add. And to my surprise, he said, no, I don't have time and all that. I was like, oh, okay, fine, all right. I'm giving a guy an opportunity to join other groups. Almost everyone says yes. He's saying he doesn't have time, so maybe he's busy. Okay, fine. So we went on continuing that way until I don't want to get into details, but there was one particular guy who got thrown out of my group because I don't like food fights, or I don't like bad words, profanities. I like the group to respect each other. Fine, you can disagree, you can have a little bit of profanity, but not acting like immature bloody kids. And the guy was fighting, and the topic was about eating parota. Parota, Indian bread, and they were giving each other bad words like, you mother, your father, you're this, you're that. And I was like, grown-ass men behaving like children in the group, fighting over eating parota. And then obviously each one wants to show, my dick is bigger than yours. Hey, fuck you, I can do this, I can. So they kept bragging about this particular guy who was fighting against everyone else. Nice guy, normal guy. I don't know what happened to him. So I cannot have one person disrupt the peace of the entire group, so I had to throw him out. Okay. Even though I've known him for quite some time. Because, he broke the rules. Threw him out. And now here's the funny thing. He sends me messages of what is happening in the group to me. And he's saying, there are rats in your group, there are spies in your group, which is very normal. I am used to it because I've been running these groups for, I think, 11, 15 years, whatever. Many, many groups I've run. So I know that there are people who like to spy and pass on information to others. It's a normal human behavior. So he was telling me, you said this about me, and he would share with me screenshots of what I just shared, even though he's out of the group. Means someone is sharing the information. I was like, it's fine. But I told him, I have nothing against you, but you can't join because you broke the rules. Fine. So this was going on. And lo and behold, it started to get irritating because every single thing I would chat, this guy would send me messages and emails. See, this is what they said, this is what they said. I finally got fed up. I was like, what the fuck is going on, man? What is this nonsense? Like, I've thrown the guy out of the group, and I blocked him. I even blocked him. He's sending me emails of what I'm actually chatting. It started to bug me. And then, out of the blue, I just asked him, who the fuck is telling you all this? And this is the part where I got shocked, because the guy, I told you, there was a guy who claimed he was 52 years old, who I thought was a senior. He's passing the information to me. I was like, what? A guy who's in his 50s, who's supposed to be a mature man, is teaming up with this kid and leaking information to him. Like, I know it all sounds childish, but listen, I'll tell you why I'm bringing this up. So I was like, what is this? Like, why people behaving like that? Then finally I got fed up. I even threw this guy out. Both of them. Peace of mind. I don't want all drama. Okay. I thought the whole drama, the whole episode got over. And then this guy who's 52 starts sending me email after email after email after email, threatening that he will shut down my groups, threatening that he will take away members. And what I realized is this is not how a 52-year-old talks. This is how a small child talks. And lo and behold, it just struck me, bloody hell. He told me he's 52 years old. I never verified. Maybe he's not 52. Maybe he's a kid pretending to be 52, and it turned out to be correct, because then he was trying to hack into my social media accounts. I was getting the warning notifications and all that. So I was like, oh man, this is crazy. Okay. And obviously he, being a young boy, is jobless. So he was sending me fake emails and email after email after email and telling me he's going to destroy my brand, he's going to destroy my groups. Now you might be like, Loy, do you have time for all this? This is all silly stuff. Wait, I'll tell you why I'm sharing all this. This is not a revenge video against him, but I'll tell you why exactly I'm talking about this. So I found some of these emails were kind of amusing, so I shared it with the groups, and we were having a field day. We were laughing about it, but obviously information kept getting leaked out, and which I'm used to, and they, just to rub it on my face, I guess, they kept telling me, haha, this is what you said about me, this is what you said. And I was like, oh, fuck all this. To the point where I was like, man, this is crazy. I have things to do, and I'm indulging like a small kid with this petty, childish nonsense. But then, this is the part which I want to share with you. After all the emails that were shared, he kept sending. Finally, I had to stop all this, okay? I blocked everything, so I'm not getting any more messages, just work related, okay? I just thought about it. I thought about it and asked myself, look at the amount of persistence, look at the amount of energy, look at the amount of creativity, look at the amount of the fire, the zest, the anger, the rage to, to take revenge against me, whatever, and the emails and the trolling. There is so much of talent, there's so much of potential, and I'm not saying this to suck up to him, or I don't need to. I don't think he is ever going to be my client, or nor can he afford my services. Okay, he's some young little lad, young boy who is making tall claims, but he's hiding behind the wall of anonymity. Means he's a nothing, he's a nobody. He's trying to, and I'm not trying to say this to insult him, he's trying to sort out his life. But the point which I'm trying to share with you is the amount of talent, the amount of intelligence, the amount of potential, the amount of time, creativity, which he can use to make something out of his life. Instead of that, he's using to be a troll, to threaten people, to waste time. In fact, seriously, I even thought about this. Like, he wants to pretend he's 52 or 54 years old, and he wants to give advice. This young boy wants to give advice, pretending to be 54 and give advice to 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds. He wants to act like he's a grown-ass man. And I was asking myself, why would a young man do this? And the answer turned out to be so obvious. Because this virtual world that there is, it's like, when you watch, when you play video games, why people are addicted to video games? Because you have a goal. Okay, in a video game, you have a goal. You have to achieve this, and you die. Then you can come back to life and fight again. You die. Then you come back again. You make sure those mistakes are taken, and you try again. And you keep doing it, till you succeed at that video game to complete that stage. So, no matter how many times you fail, you know that if I keep trying, I will succeed in the end. And that's a good thing. But the drawback is, it is not the real world. It is a virtual world. It's a fake world. It's a fake world where even after succeeding, you don't get anything tangible. You get only what the game will give you, in-game credits, or a score, or so it's keeping you in a virtual world which is not real. And for this young man, the fact that he can keep fighting and arguing with me, and even if he gets blocked, he creates a new email, gets blocked by another, he creates a new one. So he's living this virtual kind of world where he's a champion, he's a winner, he's in control. But it is a virtual world, it is not a real world. And he's fooling himself, he's convincing himself, yes, I did it. That guy who's richer than me, more successful than me, earning more than me, elder to me, I'm schooling him. Ha ha ha. But then his bank balance remains the same. His salary, I don't know if he gets any, remains the same. In the real world, people who know his real identity will not give him more respect. They will treat him just the way he's being treated. But in the virtual world, he has created this aura. So imagine how much of talent, time, potential, energy, creativity, all is being wasted on a virtual world, on a virtual battle that in the end of the day is not going to help him. Just imagine if he were to do this for the next 5 years. A virtual world where he is virtually chatting with females, watching porn, playing these video games, trolling other people. Fine, he's in control of all this virtual reality. But the reality that matters, where he has to earn money, it's zero. Save money, zero. Be recognized in the real world, zero. In fact, he was making fun of me and saying, you are a half-naked guy, earn only $500 a day, ha ha ha, piece of shit, you are a beggar, you are nothing. Fine. He's letting me off his steam. I'm very used to all these kind of words. It's nothing new. I've been online for so many years. So he's feeling good that he can insult me and that I don't know anything about him, but he knows everything about me, which for me is actually a compliment because you're paying attention to my brand. You're paying attention to me. I'm not paying attention to you. Yes, I did give attention when it was entertaining, but once it crossed a certain line, it was like, man, it's a waste of time. I need to stop this activity. And that is why blocked, completely blocked any email. I'll not even read it. Blocked straight away, And then, my thoughts went to how many people waste their time. So many talented young men and women are wasting their time in this virtual reality world, this world where nothing is real. These WhatsApp groups, you're creating an image, a facade that you're larger than life. Imagine this young man whose life is not sorted out, who claims to be the vice president of some bloody bank and he earns millions or he's filthy rich, and he was even bragging about he's going to get white women and he's going to migrate to some country. You can live a deluded world. But someone who's really successful will not have time for all this bullshit here. So he's just one of the sea of millions of young men and women who are making the same mistake. And it's so sad to see that they're wasting their time, their life, believing that they're having the last laugh. But it's all virtual. It's like having this online game where you get a very high ranking, where your score is very high, where everyone admires you. But you're a character in a game. It's not real. And just imagine, like him, how many young men and women are wasting their lives being virtually online. For me, it was a thought-provoking moment. I was like, this is really sad, yeah. Because that young man, really, from my heart, this is not a revenge video. He's such a smart young man. He's smart. It takes a lot of creativity to come up with emails like that. He has so much of persistence, so much of fire, so much of energy, so much of obsession to school me. Like, I'm his larger than life enemy that he wants to school me. If he were to use this intensity, this focus, this obsession to his career, to his business, to his brand, where would he have been? Instead, he chose to get into this, and how does it help him, man? The talent that he can use to change his life, he's wasting it And just like him, there are so many young men and women who are being trolls and joining these virtual reality groups and social media and trying to brag and show off and like be a coach and lecture others and advise others. Imagine, he wants to be a 52-year-old man. He's pretending to advise others on their life when his life is completely messed up. He feels he's in control. He feels he's an authority. He feels someone is taking me seriously. Someone is taking my advice with zero experience, zero expertise, zero credibility. I'm being like a guru. I'm guiding people. He's fooling himself. Because when all this is over, tomorrow his mother and father will no longer be alive. Nobody is going to take care of his expense. He has to work somewhere, right? And just imagine if when he's working, he'll be an ordinary guy, earning peanuts. Yeah, he's making fun of me, my career, or half naked, not rich. He only earns $500 a day. Fine, I'm not rich. But then if you really wear something, you would have an online profile. You wouldn't hide behind a wall of anonymity. If you really wear something, you don't need to hide. You don't even need to say, this is who I am. You just put your profile there. The world will see it. It's very sad to see so much of talent and potential being wasted. If only that young man had a mentor. Where would he have been? Anyway, for me, I run these groups as a community. I keep people there. When they are a liability, I take them out. I have to maintain order. Yes, people like to create an image, a fake persona, and they like to be that avatar, as they say. Fine. That's also fine. But like I tell all my members of my group, I tell even my clients, many of my clients, I've actually kicked them out of the group because it's doing more harm than good. This group is just entertainment. It's to share views, it's to feel part of a community, but it's not real. It's a virtual world. I just don't know how to make youngsters realize. And I feel a sense of responsibility because, there's a community that follows me, and I'm the last person who wants to destroy someone's life. I make so much of content online to help people, right? It's just that so much of talent, so much of potential, so much of greatness, a spirit that is so wild and uncontrollable. But instead of focusing on doing something worthwhile, he is focusing on virtual glory. And another few years, when he gets married and when he has a wife and kid, how's it going to help him, man? That is why social media and these social media apps and these smartphones and all that, they give you a fake sense of reality, and it's not reality. Anyway, he's wasting his time and his life. Both the guys who got thrown out. But for me, I have other things to do. I don't have time for this shit, so blocked them both, deleted them. And I sincerely wish them all the best in whatever they want to do in life. Because end of the day, when they sit down tomorrow with themselves, they will look at themselves in the mirror. Like, you take a shower, you look at yourself naked, and you have to be accountable for yourself, nobody else. And there will come a day where you will sit down with yourself and ask, what the fuck am I doing with my life, man? Just hope it's not too late by then. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share. It's a sad state of affairs how today our youth, our youngsters are wasting their time, their life, their energy, their creativity, their spirit. God-given talent, like, they say. They're wasting it on a virtual world. An ego. For what? Like they say, if you have proper upbringing, if you had a mentor, if you had a guide, maybe you do the right things. But by the time he realizes, it'll be too late. Time and age just not going to wait for you. And one day he's going to see his age group people, his friends of his class, becoming regional managers, directors, CEOs, businessmen, big money, while he'll be earning peanuts. Hero in the WhatsApp world, virtual world, zero in the real world. How does it help? Anyway, that's all I wanted to share with you. Good, bad, ugly, feel free. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is me signing off. You guys take care. Ciao.